I've been having a lot of really vivid dreams lately. Now, most of the time I don't remember my dreams if I have them, but lately these ones have really stuck with me. So I got to thinking, what do they really mean? Welcome to Life's a Trip and I Forgot the Map, the podcast that embraces the messy, magical ride of figuring life out. I'm Misty, your host, your fellow wanderer, and here we trade perfection for permission to grow, stumble, laugh, and start over. So grab your emotional snacks, be sure to buckle up. We're in for a ride. Let's hit the road. I've been having a lot of really vivid dreams lately. Now, most of the time I don't remember my dreams if I have them, but lately these ones have really stuck with me. So I got to thinking, what do they really mean? See, I had this dream where I dreamt about an idol, like a K-pop idol. And I'm sorry, I took notes because I can't always remember everything, especially these dreams. They're kind of weird. So I had a dream about a K-pop idol, and there was a lot of people, a strange town, a dog. And I kept thinking, okay, so I don't remember every aspect of the dream, every detail. But what do those symbols mean? What are the things that stand out the most to me? What do those mean? Like the idol is a representation of temptation, projection, desire for recognition. Okay. See, so most of my life, I've always felt like I was invisible. Like nobody's ever seen me. I'm always the background prop furniture, right? If we go to a party or a dance or any kind of social event, I'm usually the one in the corner. On my own, not talking to anybody. It's not that I don't want to connect with people. It's that I've been taught to be seen and not heard. I've been taught that even when I do try to talk, people cut me off. They ignore me. I'm not there. I'm invisible. So I'm a prop. So having the idol show up as temptation, projection, and the desire to be recognized for recognition, I get that. That's so spot on. And the dog is intuition, loyalty, and natural protection. So that's my intuition telling me, okay, this situation that I'm going through may not be the best situation for me. Okay, let's back up a second. Sorry. I don't know what you've heard about dreams, and I could be completely wrong. And if I am, feel free to let me know in the comments. But I've heard that dreams are representations of things that we're going through in our life. So the idol is not really a dream about that idol. It is about something else that's bothering me, something else that my mind is working through. Having the dog in my dream for intuition, loyalty, natural protection, that's my mind saying, this situation that you're dealing with, or these situations that were in the past, or even coming up in the future, these are things that we need to be careful of. And we need to move through with caution, right? And then the strange town that this whole thing took place in, I mean, I'm telling you, it was just really weird. It was almost like, okay, you remember... Well, okay, I'm dating myself, so a lot of you may not remember, but if you don't know it, you need to watch the video anyway. You remember Michael Jackson's video Thriller, where they're coming out of the theater, right? And this was kind of like that. It was dark at night. The idol and I were there talking. There was a ton of people, like, walking around everywhere. But instead of a theater, it was a museum. And so the strange town that I'd been at, that this whole took place in, was just kind of no place I've ever been before. So it meant unknown territory, stepping outside my comfort zone. I've been doing that a lot lately. Doing this podcast, okay, I've been doing a podcast for 3 years. Not this one particularly, but a podcast. But I always had Josie with me, and that always gave me some comfort because I knew I wasn't doing this alone, and we were on the same path, and we were going through this for the first time together. Now I'm doing everything on my own. Don't get me wrong, I love it, but I really do miss Josie. However, I know that the path I'm on right now is the right one for me. So when I'm having these dreams, and I don't normally do this, I normally don't sit there and think, oh, what does that mean? What was that what did that stand for? Why was I dreaming that? And these times that I've had these particular 3 dreams, I was thinking that very strongly. It was like very obvious I needed to figure this out. So my lesson in this dream was my intuition already knows how to protect me. Boundaries matter, and they keep out what doesn't belong. Okay, like I said, I'm writing down notes. I have notes because of the fact that my mind is like a sieve. I keep certain things and other things let go. And sometimes the things that get let go of can be kind of important, but whatever. As long as I got the information I need when I need it, nothing else matters, right? So then, a couple nights later, I had another dream. This other dream I had was a little weird too, because I was in a house. The house had like 3 stories, right? But the house was almost like a mall, but not as big as a mall, of course. It was like the entire thing seemed like a mall or a hotel or an apartment, but it was supposed to be a house. It just seemed very small and with 3 different levels in the same room, which is, like I said, very weird. The house was crowded. People I didn't know, people I did know. My ex, his girlfriend he has now. My kids, a few of my kids when they were younger. A bunch of other kids I don't know, and a bunch of other people I don't know. So it was just a weird dream. And remember, the people that are in these dreams or the things that are in these dreams are representations of something that has either happened or you're going through, right? So because your brain is trying to process everything that you're doing and it's happened and like all the trauma and everything. So your brain's trying to process all this stuff, so it will use people or things or places that can represent the issues that you're dealing with. So the house, the crowd, again, feeling invisible. I've always felt invisible. Like, I'm a big girl. I'm hard to miss. But for some reason, people like to look right through me. Like, I do not exist. Like, I'm not here. And it really makes people angry when they realize I'm usually right about things. Like, I will sit back and watch. And I'll pay attention and I will observe. I come from a long line of people watchers. People are quite weird and funny at times, and a lot of times they don't even know what they're doing. But so I watch and I observe people, and therefore I can make statements or something that out of what I've seen, the patterns that I've seen, and I can tell you, I mean, come on. Just because I forget some things does not mean I'm stupid. Like, at all. I may even have a slow learning disability, but that does not make me stupid at all, because once I've got it, I've got it. So anyway, back to the dream. So the house, the crowd, feeling invisible, the meanings. The house, my inner life, my safe space. Because of this house was so weird, there was parts of it that reminded me of my childhood home. Very small parts, but it reminded me of my childhood home. So that's where I felt safe. The crowd. I could feel pressures, others' expectations. Doing this podcast, other people expect me to be like a professional or know what I'm talking about. I usually try to say things that I know something about. But if I don't know something, I'm going to tell you I don't know. This is what I think it is. This is what my experience. What it actually is, I don't know. But I can find out and I can learn and I can know what it is for future reference. Invisibility, not being seen for who I truly am, which is, I think in today's society, well, in society in general, it doesn't matter what year, what date, I think we have a tendency to jump to conclusions and quick judgments on people without truly knowing who they are. Because you hear that saying all the time, right? Don't judge a book by its cover. You never know what somebody's really like or truly like just based off of the cover or the title they're giving you on the outside or the back blurb on the back. It can be pretty vague. It may not even be truly what the person's like. It could have some indications and details, but not truly whether or not you're going to enjoy that book or that person without really getting to know them. So what that dream taught me was invisibility isn't about my worth. A lot of times what we think other people think of us or what other people say about us or to us has nothing to do with us. It's about them. So my dreams are trying to work through the fact that I'm learning I'm not invisible. I do matter. And people not seeing me or treating me as if I'm invisible has more to do with them and their issues than mine. I just have a tendency to take things a little more personally than I really should. But hey, it is what it is, right? It's more about other people not seeing my light and what the value I bring and the worth I have. So yeah, these dreams, I'm sorry, they're all about me. Dreams usually are. So if that bothers you and you're thinking, oh, you keep talking about yourself, what other experience do I have? I have to talk about myself. I have to give experiences I have that I've had because that's all I've got. I can't give an experience to other people that you've had. I could tell them your story. I could tell them what happened to you, but I can't give them the experience you've had because I didn't have that experience. And they're not going to understand it the way you would explain it because it's not going to have you in it as much as if you were the one to say it. Right? Does that make sense? Or did I completely make that muddy? Either way, I'll get you a shovel. My third dream is a little further out there. And it's okay because I actually kind of like it. See, is it this one? One of these dreams, no, it was the last one I just told you about, the second dream I just told you about, where my ex was in it and his girlfriend was in it. That one scared me. And that one scared me not because of my ex and his girlfriend, because of the trauma that I went through when my marriage ended. That was so painful. My brain is still trying to process all of that trauma. So it's going to be represented in different dreams in different ways. But that one hit home so well that I actually woke up. I didn't wake up crying, but I did wake up. I woke up like at 2:30 in the morning, looked at the clock, I'm like, no. So I rolled over and went back to sleep and didn't wake up till 4:30 in the morning. So I did get a little bit more sleep, but that one scared me. This one was weird because I like watching movies and reading novels about werewolves. Werewolves, vampires, zombies, that kind of stuff. I just like those. I find them interesting. They're fascinating. So this one was about werewolves they're werewolves and yet kind of like zombies, but not zombies, if that makes sense. I know it's very weird. And survival. So the symbols that were in it were, like werewolves, chaos, survival, and protecting innocence. Because in this dream, there were werewolves. We were in my childhood home. At least the kitchen and the laundry room were in this dream from my childhood home, okay? So you walk into my childhood home, there's the doorway to enter the house, the living room, dining room, kitchen, laundry room, hallway, bedroom, bathroom, bedroom, okay? But in this dream, it was just the kitchen and the laundry room that were in it and the back of the house. It was, I think that was it. Maybe I'm getting a little bit mixed up on the dreams, but those parts of the house were in it, and there were little kids, and we had to try to survive and be quiet because these werewolves are coming after us and killing everybody. So the meaning behind the werewolves was fear, chaos, things that feel out of control. Because sometimes as we're going through the process of processing trauma and just daily life in general, we can feel like we're losing that control, like We don't have the control of what's going on around us or with us. So we have to kind of process that and find ways of making it sense and taking back control. And then survival, hidden strength, resilience. So I'm stronger than I thought I was. I have people tell me all the time, "You're so strong." I don't see that. I don't understand how you can see that I'm strong. A lot of times I feel so broken. I don't see the strength. How can you see that I'm strong? I'm just doing what everybody else would do. I'm doing what I have to do to be able to survive, be okay, get through today to the next moment, right? And the more I'm getting older and going on through this journey of self-awareness and self-discovery, of becoming who it's not even really becoming who I want to be, because obviously I want to be somebody who's strong, independent, got her crap together. But it's more of allowing that to be seen more and embracing it. I don't need other people to see it, I need to see it. So becoming who I truly already am and accepting that is the path I'm on. So then you have protecting the innocence, guarding the softer parts of myself. So those little kids that were in the dream, in any of the dreams, right? They're more of protecting my inner child, protecting who I was that has been unseen, invisible for years, who's gone through the trauma, because not just my marriage ending was a trauma. We all go through trauma throughout our entire life to protect our innocence and who we are, and making sure that part of you is safe so you can work through everything. And embracing that can be a little difficult, and we have to protect that and guard that sometimes. So my lesson in that one is that even in the middle of fear and chaos, I'm stronger than I think. And survival shows me my own resilience. So, which is true, it's when we're faced with certain issues and placed in certain situations, we show up. And when the push comes to shove, we stand up. Most of us stand up and we show up and we fight. We do anything and everything we can in order to survive and to be okay and to get through everything. And if we're able to, which most of the time we are, come out stronger and better on the other side, right? So every dream looked different, but together they all told me the same things. Protect your boundaries. Trust your intuition. Your intuition is usually always right. Always trust your intuition. Never give yourself a second thought. Don't mean your intuition. Don't second guess your intuition. If your intuition is telling you something's wrong or something's right, follow it. Rejection doesn't define who you are. Rejection, oh my gosh. Been through rejection in every aspect of my life. All my life. Okay? Most of us have. I can almost say it's pretty safe saying just about everybody has. Everybody has. But it doesn't define you. And it doesn't have anything to do with you. 9 times out of 10, the rejection is about the other person that's rejecting you. It's not the right time for them. It's not the right space for them. You're not the right person for them. It doesn't mean that you're not an awesome person or a wonderful person. It means that there's somebody better for you, and you're not the right one for this one. This person is not for you. Okay? You're stronger than fear wants you to believe. Now, I deal with fear a lot, and I talk about fear a lot. Fear is what lies in the anticipation of taking action, of something happening, right? So when you're thinking about fear stops us from doing a lot of things. It doesn't have to be an external fear. It's internal. It's our little voice in the background saying, trying to protect us and saying stuff that brings up those fears and stops us from doing something. But you need to evaluate, is what I'm trying to do or what this fear is telling me, is it benefit me and make me stronger, or is it going to hinder my growth and make things worse? Where do we play with that? Where does it go? How does things work out, right? And 9 times out of 10, we have to push through that fear, and because everything you want is just on the other side of it. You just have to get through it. So look at fear as nervousness and excitement, not actually something that should stop you from doing everything. Some things, yes, because we have to be aware of our surroundings and what's going on, but not everything. Dreams are strange, but they can be some of the best teachers if we're just willing to listen, which is true. Because if you're willing to listen to what your dreams and your body and your mind is telling you, it can be the best lessons you can learn. Because remember, dreams are a way for our minds, our subconscious, to work through the issues and the trauma and the things that either we've gone through or we're going through at the moment. It could even be trying to prepare us for what's yet to come. But overall, dreams are good and they teach us a lot. I would love for you to be able to let me know what you've been dreaming lately, what you think your dreams mean. I'm always willing to listen, to learn. I'm curious, but if you've got anything from this episode, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to push this out to other people so they can learn and join our path, our journey to self-discovery. Just remember, you're not alone in this. Toss the map. Sometimes we don't need it. Sometimes the best journeys and adventures are where we don't have the map. We just have to trust ourselves, trust our intuition, let go of the fear, and take the first step anyway. See you next time. Well, that's a wrap for today's episode of Life's a Trip. If you're figuring it out as you go, same here. Hit follow, leave a review if you're feeling generous. And remember, you don't need the whole map. You just need the next step.